It is December 29th, and it is unseasonably warm here in southern New England, so I thought this would be a good day to do some stuff with the cider. Quick recap, we have 10 gallons of cider fermented with an English cider yeast and a little bit of honey added just to give it a slight extra kick. I'm actually not doing anything with this cider today because it is essentially done. I don't know if you can tell in the video, but the cider is actually cleared quite nicely, and all it needs to do is age. I'll probably let it age until early summer, bottle it at that point. And then over here we've got 10 gallons of cider fermented with a London ale yeast, and to this I added about 5.5 pounds of honey and a ½ pound of raisins per carboy. This cider, I'm going to rack it today to get it off of the raisins and kind of get it off of the lees that are kind of settling at the bottom there. And what that should do is that should allow it to finish fermenting. Honey ferments pretty slow compared to cider, so this is actually still bubbling pretty vigorously for how long it's been. You're seeing a bubble about every 5 or 6 seconds, and it's been pretty much that way for the last couple of weeks, and I expect it to continue. So I'm going to rack these, get them into fresh, clean carboys, and get them down in the basement to age. So while I'm waiting for the carboy to sanitize, I figure this is a good time to try one of the ciders. See how the taste is coming. So I'm going to try the one that is the most done. I've got my sanitized carboy thief. Dip a little bit out. I'm not going to bother taking the gravity reading because I think it's a pretty fair bet that the gravity is right down where it needs to be. I can check it again in the spring if it's that important to me, but I would have to say at the moment it is not. Right now I just want to see if it doesn't suck. Looks good, but looks can be deceiving, as I have learned more than once with making beer. So, get the carboy thief back in the sanitizer. Give it a try. A little sour. Maybe a little heavy on the acid blend. I've got to think about a way to address that. I can taste the alcohol, I can taste the apples, I can taste the honey. But that little bit of sourness that I think is coming from the acid blend might come back and bite me later, so I got to think about that. It's not going to stop me from drinking it. Guess we'll have to see. Alright, we'll get the siphon going. This little devil is pretty neat. I don't know if you've seen one of these before. It's an auto siphon. It saves you from having to do the infamous suck start. So we just carefully stick it down to the bottom. Put the output tube where it needs to go. And voila, siphon. So we'll let that run for a little bit. So while this is transferring, I guess we'll use this opportunity to give it a try, see how it's doing. I don't really expect a lot from this cider right now because it's still exceptionally young. It's still in the process of fermenting. There's no reason at all to believe that the flavors have kind of combined and mellowed out. It's certainly not as strong alcohol as it's going to get, but we'll give it a try anyways and see what happens. Just a little bit, don't need that much. Smell is kind of sulfury. Again, not at all unexpected at this phase of the fermentation and maturation. Most ciders will go through a phase where they smell pretty horrible. That's just part of the yeast doing its work on all of the fermentables, especially the honey. The more honey you put in there, the harder the yeast has to work, the longer it takes. So, a little sweet. Definitely feel the alcohol bite kind of in the back of the throat. Not a burning bite at this point. It might be by the time it's done, but right now it is not. I think the raisins have contributed a lot of kind of a tannic bite to it, which is one of the things that raisins do when you put them in cider. So that's all good. You can still taste the honey as honey, and kind of as a kind of a back finish when you're done. You can taste kind of a deeper honey note. It's a young cider, barely out of its infant stage, so at this point I don't expect a lot from it, and it certainly is not delivering a lot. Definitely got some alcohol though. Alright, so once again we'll just have to see how it goes. Alright, done for the day. Everything's racked, the raisins are gone, everything's down in the basement where it will remain for many, many months, barring a basement overhaul. I probably won't even move them, or really I won't even need to remove the grocery bags from off of them, which you can see I have the grocery bags there to kind of keep them in the dark, which is a good place for them. Basement's nice and cool, and that's it. So the next project is going to be taking these 30 gallons of cider here and racking them into carboys. Hopefully I'll do that next weekend. Maybe I'll film a little bit of it. So that's it. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you soon.